How's it going, football fans? Student meteorologist Alex McAvoy here with week number 9 of the fantasy football forecast. And last week we didn't see too much happening around the nation in the football games weather-wise, but this week could be a different story. So as always, we have our weather impact on football, our whiff forecast. Dome games, we aren't seeing much of a weather risk at all. Category 1 is where we won't see much of a weather risk, but this will be outside games. Category 2 is the moderate weather risk. This is where we start to see enhanced rain and wind development. Category 3 will be the severe weather risk type games. So here we have the surface analysis. What we're looking at here is the gold star represents the locations of the games. Now, mostly what we can see is on the East Coast and Midwest here is the under these gold stars is where we have the high pressure. So it should be very nice, sunny and clear conditions for most of the games on Sunday. This is valid for 1 p.m. Sunday through 7 p.m. Sunday. And also on the West Coast here, we see another area of high pressure. So we'll have nice and sunny and clear games there also. Taking a look now at the temperatures, this is near the surface for game time. Miami is going to be about 80 degrees, but other than that, most of the games should be around 60 to 70 degrees. Now going on the wind forecast, here we have the gold stars represent location. We aren't seeing too much of strong winds other than in Miami, but the West Coast and East Coast and Midwest all look very nice for game time. Now we'll go through the games and see what we can expect to see this week for the football forecast. So to start our forecast this week, we're going to take a look at the teams with a bye. That is Arizona, Chicago, Cincinnati, Houston, New England, and Washington. We're going to do something a little bit different this week and take a look at a recap of the Thursday night football game that happened between Atlanta and Tampa Bay. It was a very nice night in Tampa Bay, 78 degrees. There was no rainfall and there was slight winds at 6 miles per hour on a clear night. So taking a look at the 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time games now, we first see Detroit versus Minnesota. This is a dome game, so there won't be any weather impacts, but 65 degrees, a nice day in Minnesota, regardless. Taking a look at Dallas versus Cleveland at First Energy Stadium. This is a Category 1 game, 58 degrees, not much of a percent chance of rain happening during game time. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore now for rivalry week, 61 degrees at M&T Bank in Baltimore, Maryland, a Category 1 game there. Jacksonville versus Kansas City happening at Arrowhead Stadium. This will be another Category 1 game, 66 degrees, very nice, sunny, and clear day there. Philadelphia versus New York at MetLife Stadium, Category 1 game, 55 degrees, another East Coast game, so it's going to be very nice there also. New York versus Miami now. This is the only Category 2 game we have this week. Look at the winds, 15 miles per hour, 79 degrees. We'll see an overcast day with strong winds and a pretty hot and humid day down there also. So let's take a look at the 4 p.m. games now. Starting out, we have Carolina versus Los Angeles, 68 degrees over on the West Coast in LA. Category 1 game at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Another West Coast game just north, New Orleans versus San Francisco. Category 1 game, 67 degrees, 8 mile per hour winds there. Indianapolis versus Green Bay going to the northern Midwest now, 61 degrees, a Category 1 game in Green Bay, Wisconsin with slight winds. Tennessee versus San Diego back to the West Coast at Qualcomm Stadium, 67 degrees under that high pressure, southwest winds at 6 miles per hour and Category 1 game also. So we've now reached our Sunday night football game, and in that we'll be seeing Denver take on Oakland at Oco Coliseum. Should be a very nice night on the West Coast, 58 degrees, northwest winds at 4 miles per hour, so that's a Category 1 game there. Another Category 1 game will happen on Monday night, and that's at CenturyLink Field where Buffalo takes on Seattle, 57 degrees and 5 mile per hour winds happening there. So I gave it the overall rating for this week a 1 because other than in the Miami and New York game, we see everything else should be a Category 1 game. So that's why I gave it a Category 1 for the overall rating for this week of the NFL season. So thank you for watching week 9 of the Fantasy Football Forecast, and please be sure to follow our Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube pages for more awesome content. Please be sure to tune in next week for week number 10 of the Fantasy Football Forecast.